Hey folks, it's me, Greg Ravengrave. Same guy who's been making videos on this channel now for like 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And I'm here today to talk to you about my experience seeing Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats and King Buffalo. I think it was like 2 weeks ago now, even longer than that, perhaps three, maybe even 4 weeks ago. It's been almost a month since that show happened. How the time flies, my God. I wanted to get Erin in on this video to help talk about the experience that we had seeing these bands live, but unfortunately she was really busy and she couldn't really be part of this video, so instead you just got little old me. So, the venue was Club Soda, which I've been to 3 or 4 times in the past. It's a pretty nice venue, though in my opinion it is a little bit too long. Like, I wish it was wider, because as it stands it's kind of really frustrating to like work your way through the crowd if you have to go use the bathroom or go get drinks from the bar or something, because there's just like everyone compacted into this long space, and of course as many people as possible want to be up close to the stage to watch the bands. So that's a little bit of a downside of Club Soda, but overall I think it's a really nice venue. It has really good sound, honestly some of the best sound in regards to some of the bigger concert halls in Montreal. So that includes Theatre Corona, Theatre Fairmount, and Metropolis as well. Well, it's now known as MTELUS, but no one calls it MTELUS. Fuck that corporate bullshit. So the first band that played was King Buffalo. They are an American progressive rock band. I hesitate to use the genre term progressive rock because they have a lot of other stuff going on for them as well. There's definitely stoner rock vibes in there as well. If there wasn't, they probably wouldn't be touring with Uncle Acid. There's a little bit of psych rock in there, but overall their songs are a lot more jammy and a lot more long-winded and complex in comparison to Uncle Acid. So while it makes sense that they were on tour, it definitely was a bit of a contrast to what would come after them. And I thought that they performed really well. They were just a 3-piece band. Just a drummer, a guitarist who sings, and then a bassist who also occasionally plays keyboards. And I think their guitarist also played keyboards too. And they were really good. Honestly, I was super into it. I thought their songs were catchy. I thought that they were really great players. They were very entertaining to watch. Erin wasn't as into them, and I understand why, because I feel like if you're going to watch a band like this, you kind of have to be somebody who is either into that style of music or even a musician who plays that style of music yourself. They're definitely one of those, like, this is a musician's band, because they just have a lot of like nerdy shit going on in their music. I feel like there's no other way I can really explain it other than that, but I personally liked it quite a bit. I noticed a few shades of other bands, like, there was a bit of Rush in there a few times. They reminded me of this other jam band that I used to really like called Samsara Blues Experiment, though that band I don't think is as well known as these guys. And there were even some shades of The Sword in there as well, which I thought was super cool. And after they were done playing, I went outside and got some merch. I got this little King Buffalo enamel pin here, which is super cool. I don't really buy enamel pins that often anymore because every time I put them on my backpack they end up falling off, and I don't trust them to put them on my battle jacket, especially because I go in mosh pits all the time. So usually they just end up kind of sitting in my organizer up there collecting dust, but I'm hoping that I might be able to find some use for them eventually, possibly on like a guitar case or something like that. After King Buffalo, the main act came out, Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, and the first thing I noticed about them is that they had a giant projector screen up behind the stage where they showed their logo, which was like splattered in blood and looked like something out of an old like 60s horror film. It definitely had that kind of like drive-in theater aesthetic, but also a few shades of like silent films from the 20s, and as well as 80s horror or 70s horror like The Shining. And they played clips that would kind of sync up with the lyrical themes of the different songs that they were playing. A lot of clips of like spaghetti westerns and again horror films as well. There was a lot of like retro vibes going on, which I mean, it's Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats. That makes perfect fucking sense. These guys are from England. They really tap into that like old school 60s, 70s rock vibe. They do that both aesthetically as well as musically. Like musically, they sound like a band that could easily have been around at the exact same time that Black Sabbath was doing their thing, like way back in like 1969, I think it was. They really go hardcore for that, and they do it super well. They played a shit ton of songs, including some of my personal favorites like Melody Lane, and I'm kind of blanking on some of the other titles because since the show happened, I haven't really listened to Uncle Acid because I've gotten my fill. You know, I don't really go back and listen to artists for a while after I've seen them live because it's like, well, I just saw them in concert. Unless they put out a new album, in which case I might still listen to that for the purpose of reviewing it or just to experience it myself personally. But yeah, they put on a really, really good show. I was super fucking entertained by it. There was even somehow a fucking mosh pit that opened up during their last song, which blew my fucking mind because, you know, stoner rock is not exactly a genre that's known for mosh pits. In fact, during the entire show, people were just kind of sitting there. You know, some people would dance, some people would headbang and stuff like that, especially when there were like, you know, heavier moments, but I wasn't expecting any moshing at all. But lo and behold, they played their last song and a mosh pit fucking exploded. So that was pretty fucking sick. And after they were done, I went out and I picked up this patch, this logo patch here. It says Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats there on the bottom with this nice purple skull. Can't wait to stick that on my stoner rock / doom metal specific battle jacket, which I have not made a video about yet, but I'm going to. I have a video out about my primary battle jacket, the one that I have made, the first one that I've made, and I have another battle jacket that's specifically for doom and stoner stuff, so I will eventually make a video talking about that. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed my short little 7-minute review here of Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats and King Buffalo when they played at Club Soda here in Montreal back towards the end of March. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.